Hi everyone, I am Bala Sundar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Mechatronics Engineering, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, Virudhunagar. Today we are going to discuss about the topic hydraulic power pack. A hydraulic power pack, also known as a hydraulic power unit, is a self-contained system that generates and delivers the hydraulic power in various hydraulic machinery and equipment. The basic components of the hydraulic power pack are listed here. The first one is reservoir. Then second one is a filtration system, third one is hydraulic pump, then electric motor, hydraulic fluids, hydraulic valves, accumulator, cooling system, pressure relief valve, and a manifold or control block. These are the block diagram of hydraulic power block. The first one is hydraulic tank or oil tank. It stores the hydraulic oil. Then the hydraulic oil is filtered by using the filtering element. The filtered oil is pumped by using the gear pump or van pump. The pump is driven by the electrical motor. The pressurized oil is flow into the control valve like a pressure relief valve through the manifold. Once the flow to the pressure relief valve, then the oil is flow to the direction control valve, then move to the hydraulic actuators. These are the images for real-time hydraulic power pack for your reference. The first component is hydraulic pump. The hydraulic pump is responsible for generating the hydraulic pressure by converting the mechanical energy into hydraulic energy. The hydraulic pumps are like gear pumps, van pumps, and piston pump are example for the hydraulic pump. Then the hydraulic pump is driven by using the electrical motor or internal combustion engines. Most of the systems are using the electrical motor for driven the hydraulic pump. The reservoir or the hydraulic tank, it contains the hydraulic fluid. It is used for the storing purpose. Then the hydraulic fluid, generally the hydraulic fluid is hydraulic oil. It's having a suitable velocity, temperature stability and the lubrication properties to ensure the proper function of the total system. Then the next topic is hydraulic valves. The most important topic in the hydraulic power pack is hydraulic valves. The hydraulic in the hydraulic system, the flow, direction and the pressure is in the hydraulic system, the direction, pressure and the flow is controlled by using the direction control valve, pressure control valves and the flow control valves respectively. Accumulator is a temporary reservoir or temporarily storing the hydraulic energy in the form of pressurized fluid. It helps to reduce the pressure fluctuations and it store energy for peak demand application and act as a backup power source for in case of emergency power source or power failure time. Then the filtration system, the oil is filtered by using the filtering system. It's an essential component for purification purpose. Then the cooling system, hydraulic system is continuously working for in the industrial application. Therefore, the cooling system is essential one in the hydraulic power pack. Mainly, we are using the heat exchanger for the cooling purpose. The pressure relief valve. The pressure relief valve is the major or essential component in the hydraulic power pack system because it's a safety device that limits the maximum pressure in hydraulic system, protecting the system from the over pressure situations. Then the next component is manifold or control block. The manifold or control block is the component that houses various hydraulic valves and it's used for connecting the component to the hydraulic circuits. Then we discuss about the hydraulic circuit for the application purpose. Here we mention the circuit for the double acting cylinder circuit purpose. The oil is pumped from the reservoir. The oil is a reservoir component. The oil is once pumped from the reservoir through the filtering system. The pressurized fluid is flow to the 4/3 lever operated direction control valve. In the 4/3 lever operated DC valve, the left side valve is the left side portion is engaged, means the oil is flow to the cylinder blank end. So the piston is extended. So the cylinder name is A, means So the A plus is achieved. The cylinder is extended position. Once extended means we are operating the lever, the right side lever. So the oil is flow to the rod end side. So the oil is flow to the rod end side. So once the rod end side oil is flow means the piston is retracted. So the cylinder in retraction position. So the A minus is achieved. So one simple circuit for understanding the double acting cylinder actuation system. Sequence valve is the one type of pressure control valve. It's a crucial component of the sequential circuit. It controls the sequence of operation by allowing fluid to flow to the particular cylinder only after a predetermined pressure level is reached. Is the one application of sequential circuit in the industries. It's mainly used for in the sheet metal bending industries. It's the first cylinder used for clamping purpose. So you consider cylinder A for clamping purpose. Then the second cylinder is called bending cylinder. We called B cylinder. Then this is a sequential valve symbol. So this is a sequence valve 1. This is a sequence valve 2. In our application, first the workpiece is clamped by using the clamping cylinder. So when the cylinder A is extended means the clamping is achieved. So the first sequence is A plus. Once the cylinder A is clamped means then the bending cylinder is bend the sheet metal in the required shape. So the B cylinder also extend in the second sequence. So second sequence is B plus. It means bending cylinder is in extended position. Once the cylinder B is extended means the sheet metal is bended, then the B cylinder is again retracted to the original position. So the third sequence is B minus. Then the fourth sequence is declamp the workpiece by retract the cylinder A. So the A minus is the last sequence. This is the sequence for the cylinder sheet metal bending operation A plus, B minus, A minus. The sequence is achieved by using the sequential valve in this circuit. So now we discuss the working of this sequential circuit. First, the oil is pressurized by using the hydraulic pump like a gear pump or van pump. There are pressurized fluid is flow to the 4/3 solenoid operated DC valves. In the 4/3 solenoid operated DCV, when the 4/3 DCV left position is actuated means the oil is directly flow to the clamping cylinder as well as the sequential valve 1. At that time the sequential valve 1 is actually in normally open position. So the oil is not flow to the this passage, and also the check valve also in opposite direction. So oil is not flow to the sequential valve. So oil is only flow to the clamping cylinder blank end side. So automatically the oil is flow to the blank end means the cylinder A is going to extend. So the A plus is achieved. Once the A plus is achieved means the cylinder in extended position means automatically some pressure is built in the clamping cylinder. At the time the pressure over pressure developed is going to operate the sequential valve 1. So the normally open valve is now in normally closed condition. At that time the oil is also flow to the sequential valve 1. So automatically the oil is flow to the bending cylinder B in blind end side. So automatically the B cylinder is extended. So the bending operation is performed using this extension position. So the A plus, B plus is achieved. During the cylinder A is extended at the extended time, the rod end oil is flow to the sequential valve. At the time the sequential 2 also in normally open condition. So the oil is not flow to the this side. The oil is directly flow to the check valve to the reservoir. So the cylinder A is extended, and similarly the B cylinder also extended. At that time the B cylinder rod end side oil is flow to the reservoir. So now the A plus B plus is achieved. Now the 4/3 solenoid operated DC valve is actuated in the right side position. So the oil is flow to the right side direction. So the oil is flow to the sequence valve 2 at the same time bending cylinder B. At that time the sequential valve 2 also in normally closed condition, so the oil is not flow to the sequential valve, and also check valve is in the opposite direction. So no way to flow the oil inside the sequential valve. So the flow is only flow to the bending cylinder B rod end side. So the oil is flow to the rod end side. At that time the retraction of B cylinder is achieved. So B minus is possible. At that time the bending cylinder is retracted position. So the workpiece is already shaped and the bending cylinder is retracted to the original position. So the B minus is achieved. At that time the blind end side oil is directly flow to the reservoir through the check valve. Once the bending cylinder is retracted, once again the pressure is built up. So at that time the normally opened sequence valve 2 is in normally closed condition. At that time the oil is flow to the sequence valve 2 directly. So the oil is flow to the sequence valve 2. At that time the cylinder A is retracted because the oil is flow to the rod end side of the clamping cylinder A. So the clamping cylinder A is retracted. So the A minus position is achieved. So the clamping cylinder is declamped the workpiece. So the first sequence is achieved. So the A plus in A plus time clamping cylinder is clamping the workpiece. Then the bending cylinder B is bend the workpiece. So the B plus is achieved. Once the operation is completed, the B cylinder is again to the original position. So the B minus is achieved. Then the clamping cylinder also move to the original position. So it's called a declamping. The A minus is achieved. So again the process is cyclically worked by using the direction control valve. Thank you.